The lack of landfill sites and the amount of waste being sent to landfill has prompted the government to set new recycling targets. Councils are required to recycle and compost 21% of all household waste. With Kirklees in West Yorkshire being one of the largest unitary authorities in the UK, with a population of around 390,000 people, we wondered how the council are going to achieve their targets.
The alternate week collection scheme is something that's massive with us at the moment as we roll it out. We roll out to about 20,000 households at a time. We also promote the home composting scheme where you can buy a subsidised home composter. Not directly through the council, but it's something that we promote.
Trucks such as these can hold up to 42 tonnes of waste meant for landfill. What must this cost for the environment?
When waste is sent to landfill, obviously it sort of has detrimental environmental effects whilst the landfill site is active on the surrounding areas. Like at the moment in Kirklees, we have several landfill sites that are closed and have been restored and are now like grass and woodland. However, we have to monitor the environmental impacts for up to 30 years afterwards.
The residents of Kirklees have been sent information on the different schemes available to them and how they can help meet council targets. But has this been successful?
I do what I can. If I've got glass bottles, I put them in those curbside boxes things.
We have a green bin, and that's quite good, and that's collected permanently. And then
once a month we have a glass collection as well.
There's also a glass bottle, and that's useful.
Yeah.
I also got a pack that came through the door on last Wednesday, I think it was, which explains all about the recycling system, when it's going to come into force, and it actually gives you a calendar as well. It is quite informative. It's going to tell you which bin needs to go out, which box goes out, and I do think that it's quite handy.
We're also lucky that in the area we live there's what do you call the tip? What's your word for the tip? Recycling depot kind of thing that you can take everything to yourself if you've got transport. And that's good.
And
that's
clothing,
good.
you get clothing there
anything
as well.
At all.
Clothing and footwear you take there.
And all your gardening rubbish as well. So we find it's good.
Although some schemes are already in place, what are the financial implications the council face?
It does obviously cost a lot of money to implement a recycling scheme, certainly if collections are involved, with sort of strict European targets and things being set and taxes for sending waste to landfill increasing year on year. It's certainly working out a more viable option to recycle products. The government allocates each authority a certain amount of waste which they're allowed to send to landfill, and for every tonne of that they exceed costs £150. We also have very strict targets from central government for the amount that we recycle. Currently for 2007-8 we have to recycle or compost 21% of all household waste. The more we roll out, the more sort of from our figures show of tonnages of recyclable material being collected is increasing dramatically. It definitely does show to be working.
It seems like the council are trying their best to promote and encourage recycling. Maybe if they focus some attention towards children education or young people in general, the public as a whole would be more aware and recycling rates would continue to rise.